Hello everyone, ARG back with some more Out of the Park Baseball 25, and today we are going to continue our crazy season. Well, the season is not that crazy, the schedule is. It is 1969 with the Expos, and today we have a 4-game series against the Cubs where my pitchers are going to be tired starting every game because every week I have a doubleheader on Sunday and my GM does not understand the concept of recalling fresh pitching from the minors. Now, there's been an update for Out of the Park Baseball, and I just noticed, I don't know if you see that, I'm pretty sure it wasn't like that before, where like it just says Phi here instead of Philadelphia. I'm not sure that I like it, but anyway. Alright, so today, 4-game series against the Cubs. In the previous stream, Don Clendenin got hurt, and he has a diagnosis pending, so we might see our GM actually make a move. That would be, I might fall down my chair. Actually, my chair is pretty beat up. I might fall down my chair regardless, but yeah. Alright, yeah. Alright, so the Cubs are going to go with Larry Gura for the first game. We're going to go with Mudcat Grant. Now, the good thing about Mudcat Grant is that he has good control and good stamina, so even if he starts tired, he should be able to get me, you know, somewhat deep in the game, maybe 7 innings. That'd be beautiful. However, we do have rested relievers, so we do have that going for us. So we don't have like to scramble like I've been doing the last few streams because absolutely everybody is out of gas, and then I have to send my backup catcher to get a save in extra innings. Alright, let me check something real quick. Go ahead and do this. Alright, I see my ugly face now, so we are good to go. Let's play some ball. Oh, I do have to put somebody for Don Clinton in there now, don't I? Alright, so, and oh boy, we have a few tired players here, folks. We're gonna a little bit of a mess that we have to figure out. All right, so it's gonna be Bobby Wine for Maury Wills. Oh, we did all this last time. It's all the same players, obviously. Okay. All right, so Ron Brand can play second base. We can have Ozera in center again instead of Ty Klein. And now I need somebody to play left field, and I think I'm gonna go with Mac Jones. I have too many people hurt, tired, and whatnot, so Mac Jones gets a very rare start against a left-handed pitcher here. Alright, now let's see. Yeah, I don't want Bobby Wine leading off. Oh, shoot. Oh. Who do I have? Oh boy. Actually, you know what? We're also gonna give the day off to Floyd Wicker. Why not? No, I should. Let's go like that. He's probably gonna be tired soon anyway. We play every day. Every day. Whew. I'm gonna go like this. I'm not sure that it's gonna be great, but that's what we have to work with today. Alright, so the Cubs are gonna go with Ron Santo at third base, leading off. Glenn Becker, the second baseman, is gonna be batting second. Billy Williams in left field batting third. Oh, Kel! Whoa, what's going on, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while. Jim Hickman in right is going to be batting cleanup today. Ernie Banks, the first baseman, is going to be batting fifth. Don Kissinger, the shortstop, batting sixth. Randy Hundley, the catcher, batting seventh. And Adolfo Phillips in center field is going to be batting eighth. Let's get going. We have 4 games on the menu today. We are going to play them all 4 unless something happens. I'm good. I'm good. What about you? What have you been doing aside from homework and taking summer classes? All right, Mudcat Grant on the mound. Ron Santo is the batter, and that's a 0-2 count. And yeah, that's what I thought. We swept the Phillies in the last stream, the 4-game series. So we have won our last 4 games. All right, and that's a base hit to left to start the game. So on an 0-2 count, Santo gets on base. And now that's going to bring up Glenn Beckert. Full count to him, and we hit him. Oh, not a good start. I need for Grant to give me some innings here. I know that I have some fresh arms in the bullpen. That doesn't mean that I want to deplete my bullpen in the first game of this series. All right, Billy Williams with 2 on and nobody out. Full count to him. And that's it to left. That's going to be a base hit. It's going to fall in front of Mac Jones. So now the bases are loaded with nobody out. Not what you want to see. Definitely not. So Jim Hickman is the batter now. Oh, well, that's nice. A nice little vacation there. And the fall is my favorite season now. Here in Louisiana, there's no fall, so that makes me sad a little bit. But like in Canada, fall is beautiful. It's perfect. Like it's a little chilly outside, but not too much. Oh, I love it. Oh, and 2 to Hickman, and that's a base hit to center. Whoa, that's not the start that we wanted, that's for sure. So 2-run score. It's already 2-0 for the Cubs, and there's still nobody out in the first inning here. All right, Ernie Banks is next. No count. And that's a base hit to center that should score 2 again. No, they only sent. No, they did send 2. Okay. 4-0 for the Cubs. Still nobody out. Not looking great over here. Don Kissinger is next. 1-0. He hits it to center. Herrera's there, and he catches it, and we finally get an out in inning number 1 here. And we're at home at Parc Jory, and like the fans are gonna be upset here. Right, Randy Hundley is next. Full count, and nope, that's out of here. It's 6-0. Oof. Whew. Adolfo Phillips is next. No count to him. That's it to right. Stubb is there, catches it for out number 2. What a start to the game for the Cubs. Larry Gura now. 1-0. And that's it to right. And that's out of here. The pitcher with with a solo blast. It's 7-0 for the Cubs. Oh my god. Alright, Ron Santo comes to bat for the second time in this inning. 1-1. And that's a base hit to left. Jesus. I am going to need to go to my bullpen eventually. Glenn Becker with 2 outs and a runner on first. No count. Oh, the runner goes, and he's safe. What a bunch of assholes. It's the first inning, it's already 7-0, and they're stealing with 2 outs. Unwritten code, my ass. Alright. Oh, and Becker pops it. And Bobby Wine is there, and he catches it for out number 3. What a disastrous start to the game. Expos gave up 7 in the opening inning. We are down 7-0. You know what? We just have to score 8, and it's all going to be alright. Alright, Jose Herrera leads off, 1-1. And he hits it weakly in front of the plate, and that's going to be out number 1. Alright, Ron Brand is next, 1-1. And grounds it to third. That's a good throw. That's out number 2. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get our 8-run inning after all. Rusty Stub now. Full count to him. And he walks. Right, Bob Bailey with a runner on first and 2 outs, 1-0. Grounds it to third, and that's gonna be it. I missed the NHL season as well, so we open against the Panthers. I don't know if we're your first game or not, but our first game is at home against the Panthers. Alright, Billy Williams leads off the top of the second. It is still 7-0 for the Cubs. No count. Gets it to right, and Rusty Stub is there. That's going to be out number 1. Jim Hickman now, no count. Grounds it to third. Wicker with the throw. That's going to be out number 2. Alright, 2 quick outs after a very difficult first inning for Mudcat Grant. Ernie Banks, 2-2. Grounds it to first. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. 1-2-3 inning. Kind of needed that. Alright, Mac Jones. No. There's no chance in hell that I am going to watch the NFL. Sorry. Alright, Mac Jones. No count to him. Gets it to left. And that's cut there for out number 1. John Bateman is next, full count. And he struck out swinging for out number 2. So who is your NFL team? Is it the Dolphins? I know very little about the NFL. Floyd Wicker with 2 outs, full count. And he struck out swinging. Are they any good? I think I remember that it's been kind of tough for them since Dan Marino stopped playing, and that was a long time ago. He was playing, you know, before when I was younger than you. Don Kissinger is the batter starting the 3rd inning for the Cubs. 1-1 the count. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out for out number 1. Randy Hundley is next, full count. And he walks. Adolfo Phillips is next. 1-2. Struck out swinging. 2 outs now for Larry Groh as a solo home run in this game. 1-0. Grounds it to short. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Oh, that's cool. So I've never been too much into football and the NFL, but when I was a teenager, for a reason I cannot explain, I did like the Eagles. I think it's because I like green, but I like purple better, but I wasn't a fan of the Vikings for some reason. Alright, Bobby Wine, 1-0 to count. Bottom of the 3rd, we're still down 7, and that's going to be a base hit to left, our first base hit of the game. Alright. Mudcat Grant now. 1-0. And he bunts down the line at first, and that's a good throw for out number 1. Wine makes it to second base on the play, so that's a good sacrifice hit. And now we have Jose Herrera. 1-0. Grounds it to 3rd. The runner has to retreat to second, and that's a good throw for out number 2. Yes, I do. Ron Braun. The only reason that the Super Bowl would almost compare is because you only got one shot, right? So if you don't bring your A game for the Super Bowl, you're fucked. Like there's no There's no like, you know, oh, we're gonna do better next game or anything like that. Right, and that was a single by Ron Brun that scored a run. Now Rusty Stubb is the next batter. Runner on first, 2 outs, no count. And that's it to center for a base hit. Now the thing is that the NFL really doesn't play as many games. Like, people are always like, oh yeah, but the NFL is a very physical sport, and yeah, sure, but so is hockey, and those guys play 82 games just for the regular season. Alright, Bob Bailey with runners on first and third and 2 outs, 0-1. And that's it to right, and is it out of here? Ugh, it's foul. Oh yeah, there's been dynasties, so a little bit like, you know, like how in the, you know, 50s, 60s, like the Abs were winning the cup a lot, so the Yankees did that a lot, like probably like around those years as well, and a little bit before. So the Yankees just had like so much of everything, including money. The thing with baseball is that there's no salary cap, right? There's a luxury tax, but there's no salary cap. And Bob Bailey struck out for out number 3, by the way. Ron Santo leads off the top of the 4th, 0-1. And that's a base hit to center to start the inning. Oh, is the World Series hard to win? The thing with baseball is that, you know, it's the least physical of all of the major sports. Right, let's be honest here, but it's a friggin' marathon, man. You play every day, and it has ups and downs. You like, that gives you a lot more opportunities. If you have a bad game, you can just shake it off and show up the next day and do better, right? So there are so many games, but like, it's I would think that it's taxing, like, to always have to go out there and everything. Like, there's not many days off, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how hard it would be to win it. I know the Expos never won it, so I guess it's hard, right? And it's 9-1. That was a home run. And that's the thing. Now, if you're an everyday player, that I guess that's not so bad, because you go out there and you play. But there's guys that are like bench players that like really don't play that often. That must be rough. Like, when you play like 40 games out of 162, like, man, that must be rough. I think that's going to be the last inning for Mudcat Grant. He obviously didn't come with his best stuff today, so full count to Hickman. And he walks. Ernie Banks now, 0-1. That's it to right. And Rusty Stubb should get it, and that's going to be out number 2. And the thing about baseball that you have to keep in mind is that baseball is definitely one of those sports. I love watching baseball, but baseball is a lot more fun to play than to watch. And I love watching baseball, always have. Alright, bottom of the 4th, we have Mac Jones facing off against Larry Gura. We are down 8 runs. 2 into the count. That's it to center, and that's going to be cut there by Phillips for out number 1. So we just have to score 2 runs every inning and not allow any more runs, and we're going to win this game. That's very simple. All right, John Bateman with 1 out, 1 and 2. And that's... Oh, what a catch by Santo there. That's going to be out number 2. Floyd Wicker now with 2 outs, 0-1. And that's it to center, and that's going to be a base hit all the way to the fence over Phillips's head. And that's going to be a 2-out double for Wicker. So now we need a timely base hit by Bobby Wine. 0-2, and he struck out swinging. Oh man. I might try to have Mudcat Grunt pitch that inning because he's the next one to bat. I don't want to burn a reliever. We'll see. Full count. Oh. I think it was... Okay. Alright. Sorry about that. I thought that it was my son that was like making noise. It's one of his toys there that was left turned on that started to like make talking and stuff. We're hunted. Alright, so runner on first, nobody out for Adolfo Phillips, 1-0. And that's it to right. Rusty Stub is there. That's going to be out number 1. I just need a double play ball. With Larry Gura the batter, no count, and he bunts right in front for the catcher to get. Throws it to first for out number 2. Runner makes it to second base on the play. Ron Santo is next, 1-2. Oh, and he struck out. There you go. And now I can bring a pinch hitter. And now we can, you know, use a reliever. Alright. Against the lefty, we're going to go with Gary Gestad. Everybody's tired. Full count. So one thing with baseball too, Kel, is like in those days, like the era that I'm playing, there's one thing that was super... There's one thing that was super common, and it was double headers. So not only did you like go to play, but you would play 2 games in one day. Those were very common. They don't do that anymore. It's the only way that would happen is if there's a rain out and like, you know, you don't really have another place on the schedule to reschedule the game. Other than that, you don't really see double headers. But back then they were really popular, and in the stretch of schedule that I'm in right now, I have a double header every Sunday, so my pitchers are always tired. Anyway, all right. So Jose Herrera now with a runner on first, 1-0. And that's it to right for a base hit. That's all the way in the corner. That's probably going to be extra bases. Alright, so 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out for Ron Braun, who already has an RBI today. 0-2. And that's it to second. He's thrown out at first for out number 1. The runner scores on the play, and the other runner makes it to third base. So now we have Rusty Stubb as the batter, 3-0 to count, and he walks on 4 pitches. So now we have runners on the corners and 1 out for Bob Bailey, 3-1. And that's it weakly to left. Well, not that weakly, but not really strong either. Oh god. Bad running job, and that ends up being a double play. So they caught it in left field, and then we tried to tag at home, and we got caught, and that's the end of the inning. All right, who are we gonna bring to pitch here? Let's see. Right. Let's go with Roy Face for a little bit. Let's see if he can give me like 2 innings. Alright, so Roy Face against Glenn Bickert, full count. Oh, okay, I thought it was harder than that. That's gonna be out number 1. Alright, so Billy Williams is next, no count. And that's it left, and that's out number 2. No. So the last time that there were the Olympics is when I went to Florida for a vacation, and I caught COVID and a pharyngitis at the same time, and I spent the entire week in bed watching the Olympics, and that kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. Not because I hate the Olympics or anything like that, but like my vacation was kind of ruined. So yeah, I didn't watch the Olympics. The only thing, yeah, I mean, I've seen the memes and everything. Of course, I've seen the Turkish guy with the gun. I've seen the French dude that made the pole fall because his penis was too big. And I've seen, of course, the Australian breakdancing lady, but that's about it. Alright, run around first and 2 outs for Ernie Banks, 2 and 2 to count. And he struck out looking. Imagine losing in the Olympics, like you work all of your life for this moment, right? For those moments. Like those people, like they train really, really, really hard. And imagine losing because your penis is too big. That's crazy. Alright, Mac Jones, bottom of the 6th, 0-2 to count. And he struck out. John Bateman, 1 and 2. Rounds it to 3rd. And he's thrown out at first for out number 2. Now Floyd Wicker, full count. Oh, that's going to be a base hit. Alright, so infield single for Wicker. And now that's a 2-out base hit, and Bobby Wine is the batter. I believe that's the second time that he got me a 2-out base hit. 1-1 to count to Wine. Oh, Wicker goes, and he's in scoring position. That's a stolen base. 1-2 to Wine, and he hits it to left. Oh, whoa! On the top of the fence, I thought it was out. I was like, man, Bobby Wine with a home run. We've seen everything after the Bocabella save in extra innings, but no, it's a double. Alright, so it's 9-3. Look at us, we're clawing back slowly. Roy Faze, oh god. We're probably not coming back in that one. 2-0, Roy Faze lifts it to left. Thing is that all of my position players are tired, so... Oh yeah, I saw something. I think didn't LeBron James like lashed out at a kid that just wanted an autograph or something like that? I think I saw something about that. Alright, Roy Faze against Kissinger, top of the 7th, 3-1 the count. Sorry, and he walks. Randy Hundley is next, 1-0. Yeah, you would never see a hockey player do that, like unless it's like Sean Avery or something. He doesn't play anymore. Full count to Phillips, struck out swinging. I have a hard time picturing like a hockey player like doing that. Larry Gura, 1-0. Is that another home run? Jesus, their pitcher has a 2-home run game. We've seen everything during those streams. We've seen another 4-game series against the Cubs where they hit a grand slam every game. Yeah. I do like the Winter Olympics a little bit better. And that's a strikeout to finish the inning. Alright, Jose Herrera, we are back 8 runs behind thanks to another blast by their pitcher Larry Gura. 1-2 to count. I should go and check his real life stats, see how many home runs he actually hit in his career in real life. Let's see. Okay, well, Larry Gura in real life hit 0 home runs. He's hit 2 here against me today. Alright, Ron Brand, full count. Grounds it to short, and that's going to be an error on Kissinger. So we have a runner on first with 1 out for Rusty Stubb. They're bringing in a reliever. It's going to be Hank Gear. 2-2. Grounds it to short, and that's an out there for out number 2. Runner to second base. Bob Bailey is next, full count. And he struck out looking. Why not? Yeah, I think I might play the new NHL game this year on stream. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I think I need a little break from Franchise Hockey Manager. Maybe give it the time to catch up a little bit in features and everything. Maybe the Be a Pro mode. I like to make myself as a defenseman and play poorly. Alright, Bill Heath comes in as a pinch hitter, top of the 8th. We're going to try to have Roy Face pitch another inning. Why not? 1-1 to count. That's popped foul. Bateman after it, and he catches it for out number 1. Billy Williams is next, no count. Oh hell no, that's too hard. I'm not a young man anymore. Like, I don't have those kind of reflexes. And that's a triple for Billy Williams, by the way. Alright, 1 out, runner on third for Jim Hickman, full count. And he struck out swinging. Might do a franchise. Now, I know the thing is like the card collecting game and everything, but I'm not very good online. Like, I'm not very good at the game, so I don't feel like that would be like fun. Alright, runner on third, 2 outs for Ernie Banks, 2-0. Plus, I always have like shit luck. I never get good cards. And he grounds out to second base for out number 3. Alright, Mac Jones leading off the bottom of the 8th. We are 8 run behind, losing 11-3. Full count. Yeah, the ultimate team mode. I'm not very good at it. Yeah, pretty much, unless you get really lucky. There's one year that I got really lucky. I got like a special Connor McDavid card and everything. But the thing is that I'm not very good at the game, so if I play online, like, the NHL community is very small, right? So if I'm gonna face off against good players, and I'm not good, so it's gonna be like, hey, RG got his ass kicked again with is Ryan Lomberg playing on the first line because he only has shit cards. But yeah, it's pretty. All of the card collecting games are all pay to win. And strangely enough, the NHL game is a lot more generous than a lot of the other games. But easy first line material. Alright, oh, let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Then we're gonna go ahead and do this. And then we're do this. Look at me, I did a double switch and moved some players around. Alright, Jerry Robertson on the mound now, facing off against Don Kissinger. Kissinger is a switch hitter, so it doesn't matter, but the next two are righties. Oh, so you think that Ryan Lomberg is he's better than Brady Tkachuk, huh? Okay, okay. Isn't he in Calgary now or something anyway? So alright, 2 quick outs. Adolfo Phillips is next, 2-1 the count. And that's it. Oh, all the way to the fence and right. So that's gonna be extra bases. Alright, so that's a double for Phillips. You know, Anka Gear is gonna come. Oh, they're gonna keep him in the game. 2-2. Struck out swinging. Alright, bottom of the 9th. We only need 9 runs to win this game. Alright, Bobby Wine starts it off, 0-1. That's it to center. Oh yeah, tape to tape. Yeah, that was fun. I completed it with what was out at the time. I didn't revisit the game. Did they release more? No count to Jim Ferry. That's it to right, and it's foul and it's cut for out number 2. Alright, 2 outs now for Jose Herrera. 1-0 the count. And he hits it to right. It was a fun game. Like, it wasn't taking itself too seriously. I kind of liked it. Controls were pretty good. Like, they felt pretty good. So alright, so yeah, that's that we really didn't look too good. And our team in the minors also didn't look good. Alright, are we gonna hear about Don Clendenon after today? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe? Alright, players development update. Okay, so Jerry Robertson is getting better. Let's see. Oh, Rusty Stubb is... Okay. Not great. Alright, so Carl Yastrzemski is the player of the month. Joe Torre is the same in the National League. Jim Perry, best pitcher in the American League. Juan Marichal, same in the National League. Vida Blue, the rookie of the month in the American League. Ken Forsch in the National League. Oh, Steve Braun got an honor in the minors, so that's good. Oh, we still don't know what's going on with Don Clendenon. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and play another game. I might have looked at it. I don't... it sounds familiar. Does it look good, or does it look like garbage? Alright, so we're going to be facing off against Ken Holtzman. We're going to be sending Mike Wigner on the mound. We're going to go ahead and get set up to play this game right away after a trouncing yesterday. Alright, so we have a few tired players again. Alright, I think I'm going to send Herrera in the left, or not. He can't play left. Okay, well that's fun. What about you? Oh yeah, we're going to put Ty Klein in the left for that game. We're going to go with Herrera in center field. We're going to go with Bocabella at catcher and Ron Brown at third. Alright, Maury Wills, Manny Mota, Rusty Stubb. I guess Bob Bailey's going to bat clean up again. Oof, we We don't have a whole lot going on here. Ty Klein is going to be batting 5th today. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna try it like that. The Cubs are gonna go with Adolfo Phillips batting first. Oh, that's interesting. Rick Blatt batting 2nd, Billy Williams 3rd, Jim Hickman batting cleanup, Banks batting 5th, Kissinger 6th, Undley 7th, and Charlie Smith at 2nd base batting 8th. Okay, so they're playing a lot of backups as well for this game. Alright, Wiener is on the mound. Now, sadly, he is already tired and he has shit stamina to start, so I am not expecting for him to go very deep. Oh, physics-based. Interesting. 2 into the count to Adolfo Phillips to start the game as we tour beautiful Parc Jarry in Montreal. Expos are going to try to bounce back after a terrible first game of this series where we got our ass handed to us. And it starts with a base hit to left for Adolfo Phillips. So again, not really starting the way we want. Rick Blatt is next, 2 and 2. And he pops it. And it's caught there by, is it Bailey? Yep, Bailey for out number 1. Billy Williams is next, full count. And he walks. Too many pitchers for Wigner. Jim Hickman, 1 and 1, 2 on, 1 out. Grounds it to short. That's out number 2. Good throw to good dive to get the ball, and then good throw to first. The runners advance, so 2 runners in scoring position and 2 outs now for Ernie Banks. 1 and 0. Grounds it to 3rd. Brand with the throw, that's going to be out number 3. Alright, Maury Wills is next, 2 and 2. Grounds it to 2nd. And he throws out at first for out number 1. Manny Mota, 2 and 1. Grounds it to first. That's out number 2. Rusty Stubb now. 1 and 2 to count to Le Grand Orange. And he struck out swinging for out number 3, top of the 2nd, and coming still no score in Montreal. A lot better than the previous game where after 1 we were already down 7-0. Don Kissinger, 2 and 1 to count. That's popped. And Wills comes in to get it, and that's going to be out number 1. No. Alright, Randy Undley is next, 3 and 0 to count. And he walks on 4 pitches. Charlie Smith is next, 2 and 2. Grounds it to 3rd, to 2nd for 1, and we complete the double play. Inning ending double play for the Expos. We are going into the bottom of the 2nd. So what have you been doing? You had a vacation. Are you still doing classes this summer? Bob Bailey with a full count. And he walks. Ty Klein is next. 1 and 2. Oh, that's it to center. And it's over Adolfo Phillips' head. Oh, okay, that's good. You still have a job? Alright, so 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out. Cool. Yeah, the kids here start school on Monday as well. They're super excited. No, they're not. I am. 2-0 to count. Grounds it. Oh, that's going to be an error on the second baseman Charlie Smith here. So now the bases are loaded and nobody out. For Jose Herrera. No count. And that's it. Oh, that's a liner to second. That's unfortunate. Nobody advances. Oh, John Bocabella is next. 1-1. And the backup catcher flies to right, and is that good for sacrifice it? It is. Sac fly for John Bocabella. The Expos are up 1-0. However, there's 2 outs now. Alright, Mike Wigner, 0-2. And he struck out swinging. I have not. I came close a couple times, I think. Like there's a few times that I looked at the deals and I was like, oh, that looks pretty good, and I never pulled the trigger. Alright. Ken Holtzman leads off the top of the third, 1-2 to count. The Expos are up 1-0 now. Holtzman grounds it to third and Brun bubbles it, so he's going to be safe on an error. Are you looking at a bundle that looks pretty good? So something that strikes your fancy a little? Phillips 0-1. Oh, he bunts foul. So what's the... Oh. 2-2. Oh, struck out looking. I like that. Nice. If you're into those type of things. Well, if you're not going to play the games, it's pointless to buy them. Says the guy who has like maybe 600 games total. I'm never gonna play them all. Rick Blatt, a runner on first, 1 out, 1-1. I feel it's a little different for me because a lot of all of those games are like physical copies that I got for a collection. I actually have something in my hands, but that might be me being old, you know. Alright, Billy Williams with 2 outs, runner in scoring position, 1-2. Yeah, I'm terrible at that too. And that's a home run, by the way, 2-1 for the Cubs. And you know what's worse? Like, okay, so I have about 300 games in my Steam library. There's many of them that I have never played, not even a single second. And I have about 725 more games in my wish list. 1-1 for Hickman. 2 outs. And that's fly to right, and it is cut by Stubb for out number 3. So about 725. Actually, I can go and check right now to give you a more accurate number, but it's not going to be that far off from that. 722 games in my wish list, so I was off by 3. Okay, look at me exaggerating like crazy right here. Yeah, 722 games in my wish list. Yeah, you can. My here. Here's my yeah, I'm not gonna put it here because it's gonna be like on YouTube later and everything. I'll there, I sent it to you on Discord. All right, let's get back to this game here. All right, so bottom of the third, we're down 1. Maury Wills leading off. 2-1 account. You're gonna see that I have probably the least amount of friends of anybody you know. I think I have like 6 friends on Steam. Manny Mota is next, 0-1 with 1 out. Grounds it to second. Charlie Smith with the good throw, that's out number 2. Rusty Stubb, 3-1 to count. Grounds it to second, and that is going to be another out. The ball never leaves the infield, and we are down 1-2-3, top of the 4th incoming. Down 2-1, Ernie Banks leading off. Full count. That's it all the way to the fence in center right. And that's going to be a double, so... Alright, runner in scoring position, nobody out for Don Kissinger, 1-0. That's it to left. Alright, and that's cut for out number 1. Randy Undley is next, 3-1. And he walks. I think that's going to be the last inning for Wiener, and we're only in inning number 4. I hate how we always have double headers. Charlie Smith now, 2 on, 1 out, 3-0. And he walks on 4 pitches. Alright, so Wiener making it interesting here. Loads up the bases with only 1 out. And Ken Holtzman is next, so that's a good opportunity to get a double play. 2-0. That's it, and that's all the way to the fence. That's gonna clear the bases more than likely. I love how the pitchers are all hitting like fucking Larry Walker when they play against me. 2 runs scored. It didn't empty the bases, so it's 4-1. So 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out for Adolfo Phillips. 1-2. And that's it solidly to left all the way to the fence. It's going to be extra bases. 2 runs should score on that. Oh, that's going to be a triple, actually, I think. Yep. So triple for Phillips. 6-1 for the Cubs. It's going to be another rout, it looks like. Rick Blatt is next. 2-0. And that's it to right for a base hit. It's going to be 7-1. The Expos unable to stop the bleeding here. B.D. Williams is next. I refuse to take Wiener out, and that's a bad pitch, but controlled by Buckabella. 2-2. That's it to right. Rusty Stubb is there. He catches it for out number 2. Jim Hickman now with 2 outs. Full count. And he struck out swinging. Take that. But the Cubs score 5 times. It is 7-1. Bob Bailey, the batter now. No count. And that's a base hit to left. There you go. 10-run inning. You heard it here first. Ty Klein now. Runner on first and nobody out. 2-1. Grounds it to third. And that's an error. That 10-run inning is coming, folks. Alright, so everybody's safe. There's 2 on and nobody out for Ron Braun. 0-1. Grounds it weakly to the pitcher. And they go to second base with it. That's the only out they get. So now there's runner on first and third with 1 out, and Jose Herrera is the batter. No count. Oh, the runner goes, and he's safe. Stolen base for Brian, his 2nd of the season. Alright, Kel, you have a good one. Alright, Jose Herrera still at bat, 1-2. That's it to left. It's cut there for out number 2. And the runner goes. It's a sac fly. It's 7-2 to score. So runner in scoring position and 2 outs for John Buckabella. 1-0. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out for out number 3. Alright, so it wasn't a 10-run inning, but I did get one of the digit correct. We scored 1 run. 7-2 to score. Alright, oh boy. Am I making him pitch this inning? For science? Like for research purposes? Like he's the next one to you know what? That's what I thought. I'm gonna go ahead and send Robertson. I only need 1 inning. And I know he's tired, he pitched yesterday, but he's not completely out of gas. Give me 1 inning and I'm pulling you, I promise. Alright, 1-1 to Ernie Banks. We're down 5, it's 7-2. Grounds it to second. That's gonna be out number 1. Don Kissinger, 0-1. That's it to right, and it's out of here. Whoa! The Cubs retake the run that I just scored, and it is now 8-2. Randy Hundley, 0-1. That's it to left, and whoa! That's cut there by Klein. Klein and his awesome defense as usual. Charlie Smith now with 2 outs, no count. Hits it to center. Errors there, and he catches it for out number 3. Looks like Serenity's choking. She's able to walk, so she's probably not dying. Alright, we're gonna pull Robertson, just like I said. We're gonna go with Jestad. Facing off against the lefty. 2-2. And that's it to left for a base hit. Oh, so Jestad also had a base hit, I believe, in the previous game as a pinch hitter. Alright, so runner on first, nobody out for Maury Wills. 1-1. Grounds it to second. And that's going to be a double play. Just like that. 2 outs. Manny Mota now. 0-1. Grounds it to short, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Alright, now I'm gonna bring somebody up to eat some innings. It's gonna be Don Shaw. Let's see how many innings he gives me. Alright, Ken Holtzman, first one to face off against him. 1-2. Struck out swinging. All right, good start, good start. Adolfo Phillips, 2-2. Struck out swinging. There you go. That's how it's done. Rick Blatt now, 1-1. Grounds it to second. Mota with the throw. That's out number 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go. That's how it's done. What's so complicated about it? Baseball is not a complicated sport. Okay. All of the underlying stats and everything can be very overwhelming when you first get into the sport. I'll give you that. Alright. Rusty Stubb leading off the bottom of the 6th. 1-1. Grounds it to the pitcher. He's thrown out for out number 1. Bob Bailey now. Full count. Struck out swinging. Ty Klein, 1-1. And he pops it. And that's cut for out number 3. Alright. Not much to talk about here for the Expos. Top of the 7th incoming. Still 8-2 for the Cubs. Billy Williams leading off. 1-2. Struck out swinging. Jim Hickman now. 2-2. Struck out swinging. And Don Shaw just got into this game and was like, guys, look at what I'm doing and you all need to do that. 2-2 now to Ernie Banks, and he strikes out swinging as well. Don Shaw probably took some steroids or something. I've never seen him pitch like that so far this season. Alright, Ron Braun, bottom of the 7th, 2-2 the count. And that's a base hit to center. Alright, Jose Herrera is next. No count. That's it weakly to right. And it's cut there by Hickman for out number 1. And now John Bocabella is next. Full count. And he walks. Okay. Man, I don't want to pull Don Shaw. He's pitching like a motherfucking champion. I will. He might be available tomorrow. Okay. Whoa, we don't have a whole lot of choice, huh? I guess I'll go with Jim Ferry. He's more likely to get a base hit than Mac Jones. I don't like to bring a lefty against a lefty, but I don't have a lot of options here. Alright, so Jim Ferry facing up against Holtzman. 2 on 1 out. No count. Grounds it to second, and that's gonna be a double play. Alright, bad manager decision. That fucker fucked us. That fucker is me. Alright. I guess we're gonna go with McGinn. Hopefully he can pitch the last 2 innings. Alright, Kissinger leading off. Full count. And he hits it to right, and that's going to be a base hit. Randy Udley is next. Runner on first, nobody out. 1-1 the count. And he struck out. No, sorry. There's a stolen base. Alright, full count now with a runner in scoring position, and he walks. So McGinn not doing what he's supposed to right now. Charlie Smith, 0-1, and that's a balk. Why not? Oh, and 2, struck out swinging. Ken Holtzman, 0-1. Grounds it to second. That's an error on Mota. Runner scores. It is 9-2. The Cubs really needed that extra insurance run. So 2 on 1 out for Phillips. 3-0 to count. And he walks on 4 pitches. So McGinn loads up the bases with only 1 out. And Rick Blatt is next. 0-1. He grounds it to short. Did we even get the runner out at home? Yeah, we did. Billy Williams with the bases loaded and 2 outs, 2-2. And he hits it to first. Bailey takes it to the bag himself. That's out number 3, bottom of the 8th incoming. We are down 7 now. It's 9-2 for the Cubs. Murray Wills leading off. 0-2. He pops it. And it's cut there by Kissinger for out number 1. Manny Mota is next. 2-1 to count. Grounds it to short. And that's a good play by Kissinger. And that's out number 2. Rusty Stubb is next. 0-2. That's it to right. And that's going to be a base hit. A 2-out base hit for Rusty Stubb. Alright, so runner on first and 2 outs for Bob Bailey. 1-0. That's it to right for a base hit. Two on 2 outs for Ty Klein. No count. Oh, that's a bad pitch. So now I have 2 runners in scoring position. A single could score 2. That would be very helpful. 1-2. And that's a base hit to left. Alright, so 1 run scores. The second one goes. And he's safe as well. So we have a 9-4 game. 5-run game. Runner on first, 2 outs. for Ron Braun, full count. And that's it to left for a base hit. Alright. Alright, so runners on first and third, and 2 outs for Jose Herrera. And they're keeping Holtzman on the mound. No count. And that's it to left, but it looks like it's going to end the inning. Billy Williams is there, catches it. We get 2 runs, but we're still down 5. Alright, so Jim Hickman facing off against McGinn, who's going to remain in the game just because absolutely everybody else is tired. 1-2 to count to him. Struck out swinging for out number 1. Ernie Banks now, no count. It's it to left. And that's cut there by Klein for out number 2. So 2 outs now for Don Kissinger. 1-2. That's it to second. And he's thrown out for out number 3. Alright, we need 6 runs to win this game. John Boccabella leading off here against Phil Reagan. 3-1. Phil Reagan coming in relief. And he walks. Alright, so Boccabella, the backup catcher here, getting on base to lead off the bottom of the 9th. We're going to pinch it for Dan McGinn. We'll figure it out if we tie the game. I need a left bat here. That's going to be Mac Jones. Come on, Mac. Don't let me down, buddy. 1-2. And that's it weakly to right. And that's got there by Hickman for out number 1. Maury Wills now, 0-1. That's it to left for a base hit. So 2 on and 1 out for Manny Mota. 2-2. Grounds it to third, and that's gonna be a game-ending double play. We lost the first game 11-3. We lost the second game 9-4. We're just no match for the Cubs, who are, by the way, below us in the standings. Oh, Alkaline is gonna miss 5 to 6 weeks. That's gonna hurt the Tigers. He's a pretty good player. 34 years old. Yeah, he should still be pretty good. Oh yeah. Oh, Roberto Clemente got 5 hits against the Phillies. Oh, and Alan Oops in our A-ball team pitched really well. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and advance, and we might finally find out what's going on with Don Clendenon. No, still nothing, man. The pilots aren't talking about injury to Hagen. Mike Hagen got hurt. Unspecified 4 weeks. Oh, that's interesting. I thought they were only doing that in hockey. Alright. We have some more issues going on. And today we are going to face off against Bill Hans. We're going to be sending Carl Morton. Hopefully we can win this game. We haven't had a whole lot of luck so far. So we're going to... I guess Jose Herrera's playing again. Oh, he's toxic. Oh, go be toxic in right field. Okay. I guess I'm gonna bat Ferry third. Let's go like this. Oh, all of my left bats are in a row. Oh well. Shit happens. Okay. Alright, so for game number 3, the Cubs are going to go with Santo, Beckert, Williams, Hickman, Banks, Kissinger, Hundley, and Phillips. So the same lineup we saw in game number 1. Hopefully we can win this one. Alright, so Morton on the mound, Santo at bat, top of the first, 1-1 the count, little tour of Parjari. That's it to right, and Herrera's there, that's going to be out number 1. Glenn Beckert is next, full count, and he walks. Too many pitches. Billy Williams running on first, 1 out, 1-1. That's it weekly, and oh, Mota with the time jump here catches it for out number 2. And Jim Hickman is next, 2-2. Grounds it to short. Wills with the throw, that's going to be out number 3. All right. Bottom of the first incoming. Maury Wills, the batter. 1-1. Grounds it to short. Oh, that's an error on Kissinger, so Wills is safe at first. So we have a little bit of speed at first base. With Manny Mota, the batter, no count. And the runner goes, and he's out. Alright, so 1 out now, 0-1 to count. Browns, oh, that's going to be a base hit. Infield single from Mota. Alright, Jim Ferry now, 1-1. That's it to center, but that's cut by Phillips for out number 2. Mac Jones with 2 outs, 3-1. He walks. That's going to bring up Floyd Wicker. No count. And he pops it. And it's going to be cut there by the third baseman, Santo. That's going to be out number 3. Top of the second incoming. Ernie Banks, the batter, 2-2. Grounds it all the way to right field for a base hit. Right, runner on first and nobody out for Don Kissinger. No count. He bunts. And he's thrown out for out number 1. Runner makes it to second base on the play. Randy Hundley now, 1-2. Struck out swinging. And now Adolfo Phillips, 2-0. Grounds it to second. And he's thrown out for out number 3. Alright. Morton holding his own for now. Bottom of the second, Ty Klein, 1-1. That's a base hit to right. Ty Klein has been my most consistent hitter with Rusty Stubb this season. Alright, Jose Herrera now, runner on first, nobody out. No count, and Klein goes, and he is out. So my team runs, but doesn't run very well. Alright, 1-2 now with 1 out. Grounds it to third. Santo with the throw, and Banks makes it out number 2. John Bateman, no count to him. That's it to center. And Phillips is there, and he catches it easily for out number 3. Top of the third now. Bill Ans is the batter. Full count. Struck out swinging. Ron Santo is next. No count. It's it to left. Mac Jones is there, and that's going to be out number 2. Glenn Beckert now, 2-0. Grounds it to first, and that is out number 3. Alright, bottom of the third incoming, Carl Morton leading off, 1-0. That's it to center. And that's cut by Phillips, even though it had a little bit of carry, it wasn't good enough. And the lineup flips over for Maury Wills, 2-1 the count to him. Grounds it to third. That's going to be out number 2. And now Manny Mota, full count. And oh, what a catch there by Kissinger. That's going to be out number 3. Wow. My defense doesn't play like that. Wills does sometimes. Okay, I'll give it that. Right, Billy Williams, top of the 4th. 1 and 2. That's it to right. Herrera's there. Oh, did he get it? Oh yeah, that was a nice play. Jim Hickman with 1 out, 1 and 1. That's it to right. Herrera again. The Toxic Man. Ernie Banks, full count. Grounds it to short. And that's going to be out number 3. Alright, Morton's pitching really well so far. Too bad that he has, that he started the game tired. Jim Ferry leading off the bottom of the 4th, 2 and 1. That's it to right. Hickman is there. That's going to be out number 1. Mac Jones, 1 and 0. Oh, that's it to right. And that's cut on a sliding catch by Hickman. And that's going to be out number 2. Floyd Wicker now, 2 and 2. Struck out swinging. Dang. The Expos go down in order in inning number 4, top of the 5th incoming. Don Kissinger, the batter, 2 and 0. Grounds it to short. Wills with the throw. That's going to be out number 1. Randy Hundley is next. No count. Grounds it to second. And that's going to be out number 2. Adolfo Phillips, 3-0 to count, and he walks on 4 pitches. Bill Ons with a runner on first and 2 outs, full count. Grounds it to short, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. A walk and nothing else for the Cubs in inning number 5. Bottom of the 5th, Ty Klein leading off. 1 and 0. Rounds it to short. And he's thrown out for out number 1. Jose Herrera is next, 2 and 2. Struck out swinging for out number 2. John Bateman now, 1 and 2. And he pops it. And that's going to be out number 3. Alright, top of the 6th incoming. Ron Santo, still no score by the way. It's a pitcher's duel, 0-2 to Santo. And he pops it. And Mota is there, catches it for out number 1. Glenn Beckert is next, 0-2. Oh, that's going to be a base hit to right. Alright, so a 1-out single for the Cubs. That's only their 2nd hit of the game. But now that brings the dangerous Billy Williams to the plate with a runner on first and 1 out, 1 and 1. And that's, oh, that's line to short. Is that a double play? Yes, double play. What a play by Wills. We doubled up the guy at first for the 2nd out. Alright, or the 3rd out of the inning. Carl Morton leading off the bottom of the 6th. No count. Oh, it's starting to rain. 1-0 to Morton. Rounds it to short. And he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Maury Wills is next, 0-1. It's it to center. That's got there by Phillips for out number 2. Man, we can't get nothing going Manny Mota for the first time in the series, our pitchers are keeping us in the game, and we cannot get a single run on the board, and we go down 1-2-3 again. Top of the 7th now, Jim Hickman, full count. Rounds it to short, wheels with the throw. That's out number 1. Ernie Banks, 2-2. That's popped, foul. Bateman is there. And he catches it for out number 2. Don Kissinger now, 2-1. Grounds it to second, out number 3. Man, alright, we need to score some runs. We are scoring some runs this inning. I have decided this. Jim Ferry's gonna start with a double, and then we're gonna take it from there. 0-1, the count. That's it to right. That's not gonna be a double. Alright, folks, I'm sorry I lied to you all. That's out number 1. Mac Jones, 1-2. Struck out swinging, man. Floyd Wicker now, 2-1. Rounds it to second, and he's thrown out for out number 3. Top of the 8th, Randy Undley, no count. Hits it to right. Error was there, that's going to be out number 1. Adolfo Phillips is next, no count. Grounds it to short, wheels with the throw, that's going to be out number 2. Are we going to be going to extra innings here? Alright, Bill Hans, 0-1. Rounds it to first. Ferry to Morton, that's out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the 8th incoming. Ty Klein leading off. Full count. And he walks. Alright. We got a leadoff runner. Jose Herrera's the next batter. 0-1. And he tried to bunt. What happened? He popped it and Undley caught it. I wasted out. John Bateman now. 1-0. Tried to bunt, but he missed. Tried to bunt again, and he missed again. Then he hits. Oh, God. Alright, so he's thrown out at first for out number 2. Runner makes it to second base on the play. I think I'm going to keep Morton in the game. He's been pitching way too well. So 2-2. And he struck out swinging. Probably was my mistake right there. Top of the 9th incoming. Ron Santo. Full count. Grounds it to first. And he's out. Glenn Beckert now, 3-1. And he walks. Run on first, one out for Billy Williams. No count. Oh, the runner goes, and he's safe. That's a stolen base. Okay, that's starting to be dangerous. Maybe I need to pull my pitcher. All right, so we have Billy Williams. Okay. Oh boy, I can't send anybody that's fresh, huh? Guess it's gonna be how we read. We're gonna hope for the best. Hey, how we read comes in, runner in scoring position, and 1 out for Billy Williams. 2-2 the count now. And he struck out looking. Oh ho ho. Alright, Jimmy Hickman, 1-1. And that's a base hit all the way in the corner and left. That's going to score the run. It's going to be 1-0 Cubs in the top of the 9th. Oh my god. I try. But sometimes you try and it's just not good enough. Alright, Ernie Banks, runner in scoring position, 2 outs, 2-1. Grounds it to second. And he's thrown out for out number 3, but the damage is done. Oh boy. Alright. Maury Wills leading off the bottom of the ninth, 3-1. And he pops it. Oh boy. Santos there catches it for out number 1. Manny Mota is next. He has one of our 2 hits in the game. 0-2. That's it, 2 left for a base hit. Alright. We might have something going here. Alright, so runner on first, 1 out for Jim Ferry. Bottom of the ninth, we're down 1-0, 1-1. Grounds it to second, and they get the runner out at second base. So there's 2 outs now for Mac Jones. He's our last out, 2-2. And he struck out swinging. We lost 1-0. Oh boy. A 3-hit shutout, complete game shutout for Bill Hams. Man, we need to hear about Don Clendenon, and I need a player. We saw that. We just played this game. California downs Kansas City as Brunet tosses 14-0 shutout. Wow. Red Hot Reichard scorches Royals. Rick Reichard had what? 5 hits, 5 for 6. And the Dodgers blank Houston with Drysdale on the mound. Alright, we finally heard back from Don Clendenon. He has a hamstring strain. He will be out for 2 weeks. Alright, so of course Clendenon goes on the injured list, and we get we receive Gary Sutherland, who actually played the opening game in real life. Alright, so we have Gary Sutherland now. Can play first base, second, and shortstop. So this season, oh, he's been pretty good in A ball. We're gonna do it like that for now. Alright, so the next game is gonna be Jim Colborn against Bill Stolman. Is Stolman gonna be tired? Yep, he is. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break before we play this game. Hey, Jerome, now that... Yeah, it's not a transaction, I just had an injury. Like, he probably didn't have any choice. I know, crazy, right? Alright, so there's 1 game left to play. I need to go to the bathroom real quick, so I'll be right back. Yeah, I guess that I guess the GM is still alive. If he had to make a move, maybe his assistant did. Like maybe he was like, "Oh, maybe I should do something." Looks like that guy's hurt. What do we do in those situations? All right. Oh, we dropped the Cubs. Have leapfrogged us in the standings since we lost the first 3 games of the series. All right. So last game is gonna be Bill Stoneman for us, Jim Colborn for them. Let's see who's tired other than Bill Stoneman for this game. Nobody. That's the first time in a while that I have like my starting lineup, you know, all ready to go. So we are going to keep it like that. I am not replacing anybody. Alright, Santo, Beckert, Williams, Ernie Banks, Adolfo Phillips, Randy Hundley, Al Spangler, and Charlie Smith. Okay, so Kissinger's getting a day off, and Hickman. Okay. Alright, let's see if we get the good Bill Stoneman today. Now, of course, he's starting tired, so that's probably going to be, you know, a 5-inning outing. I got screwed over in the first game. I had Mudcat Grant on the mound, and usually even if he's tired, he's able to go for a while, but he gave up 7 runs in the first inning, so that, you know, that killed my bullpen right there. All right, so Santo leading off the game. Stoneman is on the mound. Let's do this. 3-1 the count. Alright, and it's a leadoff walk to start the game. Beckert is next. No count to him. Rounds it to short, to second for 1, and to first, and that's a double play. Alright, I like that. Billy Williams with 2 outs, 2-1. And that's a base hit to center right, and that's going to be extra bases, so that double play here kind of saved the run. Of course, if we let him score, that, you know, that was all for naught. Ernie Banks now with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs, full count. And he walks. Okay, not too many pitches by Stoneman. Phillips now, 1-1. Rounds it to left for a base hit. And that's going to be 1-0 for the Cubs. Oh, Billy Williams got hurt, but he gets to stay in the game. I need any break I can get at this point. Randy Hundley is next, 0-2. And he struck out. Alright, so we allowed only 1 run. Let's see if we can score some runs of our own. That would be nice. Murray Wills is the first batter, 1-0. Oh, we're trying a bunt hit here, but didn't work. Alright, Manny Mota now, 3-1. And he walks. Alright, we have a runner on first and 1 out for Rusty Stubb, who had the day off yesterday. He's fresh. 0-1. Oh yeah, that's it. Solidly in the alley and right. Oh yeah. And the run scores, and Stubb makes it all the way to third base on the play. We have a tie game here in Montreal. 13 straight games for Stubb with a hit. Alright, Mac Jones now with a runner on third and 1 out, 2-1. Oh, I think that's out of here. And it is 3-1 Montreal. That's the first time of the series that we have had a lead. Imagine how sad of a series it is. You're at home, 4-game series, and you know you never have the lead. Man, that's rough. 3-1 the score now. Jim Ferry is next. 0-1. That's a base hit to center. Alright, runner on first, one out for John Bateman. 2-0. That's it to right. And that's going to fall in front of Billy Williams for a base hit. 2 on, 1 out for Wicker. No count. Grounds it to second. Oh, that's going to be an error, and it is. So now the bases are loaded with 1 out. And now one of our most consistent hitter all season long, Ty Klein, is the batter. 1 and 2. Grounds it to second. To second for 1. That's the only out they get. It's going to be a fielder's choice. The runner scores on the play. 4-1 for the Expos, but there's 2 outs now with Bill Stoneman at the plate. Full count. Struck out swinging. Alright, the Expos score 4 in the opening inning. Finally showing some something. Alright, Al Spengler, the batter now. No count. Top of the second. That's it to right. It's going to fall in front of Rusty Stubb for a base hit. Charlie Smith is next. Full count. And that's line to first. Oh, is it a double play? Oh, yeah! Ferry with the nice play. 2 outs all of a sudden, and now Jim Colborn is the batter. 3-0 to the pitcher. And he walks on 4 pitches. Man, Bill Stoneman, he is struggling. Ron Santo is the next batter. 2-1. 2 outs. That's a base hit to right. Yeah, Stoneman not giving me the kind of outing that I need. Runners on first and third, 2 outs for Glenn Beckert. 1-0. And that's a base hit to right. It's going to be 4-2 to score. All of that after 2 outs. All of that because we walked the pitcher on 4 pitches. Alright, 4-2, 2 runners in scoring position for Billy Williams. 1 and 2. And that's out of here. Alright, so the lead did not last very long. It is now 5-4 for the Cubs. 4 runs scored after 2 outs. It's difficult. I know, we got the bad Stoneman on the mound today. I needed the good one. Alright, Ernie Banks with 2 outs, 1-1. That's it to center, but Klein is there. That's going to be out number 3. Alright, bottom of the second incoming. Expos down by 1. It's 5-4 for the Cubs. With Maury Wills leading off. No count. And that's it. Oh, in the alley and left, that's going to be extra bases. Alright, so it's a double, a lead-off double for Wills, sorry. Now Manny Moto's the next batter. 0-2. Oh, that's Pup. That's not good. And that's going to be the first out of the inning. Rusty Stubb now with 1 out, runner in scoring position. 2-2. Oh, that's a bad pitch. Alright, so Wills makes it to third on the play. Full count to Stubb. And he lifts it to the left. That's got there by Spangler. And we don't send the runner. So 2 outs now. We need a base hit from Mac Jones. 2-2. Ugh. Mac Jones with the mandatory strikeout. Top of the third incoming. Still 5-4 for the Cubs. Adolfo Phillips leading off. Full count to him. Grounds it to third. Wicker with the throw. That's going to be out number 1. Randy Undley now. 3-1. And he walks. Al Spangler, runner on first, 1 out, 1-0. Runner goes. All right, he's cut stealing. Full count to Spangler. And that's lined to third. Wicker is there. That's going to be out number 3. All right, so another kind of iffy inning by Stolman, but at least we don't give up any runs. Jim Ferry leading off the bottom of the third for us. No count. And that's Pup. And Becker gets it for out number 1. Bateman is next, 1-1. That's it to right, and that's got there by Williams for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down, and now we get Floyd Wicker to bat. Full count to him. Grounds it to short. Smith with the throw, that's out number 3. The Expos go down in order in inning number 3. Top of the 4th incoming is still 5-4 for the Cubs, with Charlie Smith leading off 1-2 to count. Struck out swinging. Alright, we need a little bit more of that. Jim Colborn now, the pitcher, 1-2. And that's it to right, and that's cut there by Stubb for out number 2. Ron Santo with 2 outs, 3-1. And he walks. Right, 2-2. And that's it. And Klein, always good defensively, is there to catch it for out number 3. All right, 2 innings in a row without a run allowed by Bill Stolman. Bottom of the 4th, Ty Klein, full count. And he walks. All right. The leadoff walk, we'll take it. Stolman is the next batter. No count. Oh, the runner goes and he's cut stealing. No, Klein, no. Why? I guess it was a good time to steal, though. And Stolman strikes out swinging. So just like that, we have 2 outs and nothing to talk about. All right, Maury Wills now 3-0. And he walks on 4 pitches. All right, let's get some 2-out action going of our own. Manny Mota, no count. Grounds it to short, and they go to second base with it, and that's out number 3. Top of the 5th incoming. You know, that looks like that's gonna be Stolman's last inning. Billy Williams, the leadoff hitter in that inning. Full count to him. And he walks. Ernie Banks is next, 0-1. And he pops it. And that's cut there by Mota for out number 1. Adolfo Phillips is next, 3-1. And that's it. Oh god, that's gonna be a base hit. Look at that. Nobody can get the ball. Sometimes the visual representation makes me laugh because it just looks so weird. Alright, Randy Underley, 2 on, 1 out. 2-1. And that's a base hit to right. Looks like the Cubs are going to add to their lead. And they do. It's 6-4 now. Runners, 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out for Al Spangler. Full count. And that's it. And that's a base hit to right. Like, the guy is right there. 7-4 to score. Man. Charlie Smith now. Runners on first and third. 1 out. 1-1. That's a bad pitch. It's going to be 8-4. At this point, I'm just thinking about bringing Buckabella to finish the game. Runner in scoring position, 1 out for Charlie Smith. Now it's 3-1, and he walks. I might have to pull a Stolman. Oh, I have 2 guys that can pitch. 3 guys that can pitch today. Wow. Guess I'll go with Robertson and see how long he can pitch for me. Alright, Jim Colburn now. 2 on, 1 out. Robertson the pitcher. Grounds it to short. And we only get the out at first base. So there's 2 runners in scoring position and 2 outs now. For Ron Santo, 1 and 1. Grounds it to third. And we get him out at first for out number 3. The Cubs add 3 runs to their lead. It is now an 8-4 game as Bill Stillman pretty much showed us what the word disappointment means. Rusty Stubb leading off, full count. Grounds it to third, and he's thrown out for out number 1. Mac Jones, 1 and 1. Oh, that's a base hit to center. Alright. Who knows, maybe we're going to get something going. Jim Ferry, full count. Oh, that's popped. That's not good. That's cut there by Smith for out number 2. So 2 outs for Bateman, 0-1. That's a base hit to right. And runner makes it all the way to third on the play. Bateman to second, so we have 2 runners in scoring position. 2 outs. A base hit here would be pretty good. Full count to Wicker, and he walks. Okay, so now the bases are loaded for Ty Klein. He's good. We're keeping him in the game. 2-1. And that's a base hit to center. That was a terrible pitch, but hey, that's a base hit. I don't care. Alright, so 2 run scores. It is now 8-6. Oh, shoot. I need innings. I need runs. Man, okay. Alright, we're gonna go with... Oh, they're all right bats. I'm gonna go with Jestad. He had a couple hits in the series as a pinch hitter already. We'll see if his luck is still going strong. Oh, they're bringing in a lefty. Alright, so Rich Nye is on the mound now. Gary Jestad comes in as a pinch hitter facing out. Okay. 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs. 2-1 to Jestad. Is he gonna get his 3rd hit of the series as a pinch hitter? Yeah, he grounds it to first, and yeah, that's out number 3. Not today. Alright. Well, damn. I replaced Robertson. That's okay. We're gonna have Don Shaw pitch as long as he really pitched so well in game number 2. Alright. So he's gonna face off against Beckert first, 0-1. That's a base hit. No, okay. Well, we'll take it. That looked weird, but that was a diving play by Mota. That's out number 1. B.D. Williams is next. 1-0. That's it to center. Klein goes after it, catches it for out number 2. Ernie Banks now, full count. And he walks. Adolfo Phillips, 3-0. And he walks on 4 pitches, not good. After 2 outs, we give up back-to-back walks. Randy Hundley is next, 0-2. Grounds it to third. And that's going to be out number 3. Bottom of the 6th incoming. We're down 2, it's 8-6. We're still in this one. Alright, Rich Nye still on the mound. Murray Wills the batter, no count. Grounds it to third. That's going to be out number 1. Manny Mota, 0-1. Grounds it to short. That's out number 2. Alright, Rusty Stubb, 0-1. He hits lefties pretty decent. And that's a grounder to second, and that's out number 3. Alright, nothing to show for the Expos in inning number 6. Top of the 7th incoming with Al Spanger leading off. Full count. And that's a liner cut by Mota at second base for out number 1. Charlie Smith is next, 2-1. That's popped. And Ferry's there, and he catches it for out number 2. Don Kissinger now, 0-2. Struck out swinging. Alright. Alright. Bottom of the 7th, Mac Jones. Oh, they're bringing a reliever. Oh, it's the guy whose name I can't pronounce. Bobby Tyfnauer. Right, there you go. That's how you say that. 2-1 the count to Mac Jones. And that's a base hit to left. Alright, so Mac Jones with a couple of hits today. Jim Ferry now, runner on first and nobody out. No count. Mac Jones goes and he's safe. That's a stolen base for Mac Jones. He's 5 for 5. So he doesn't steal very often. He picks his spots apparently. 1-0 to Ferry. And that's a base hit to right. Okay. Bad running. Bad running job. I think I saw your message too late. It was a base hit, but we got nailed at home. Right. Or you want for me to pinch it for John Bateman, maybe. Alright. Which right-handed bat do you want to bring? I know who you're gonna say. Bailey or Brown? Let's go with let's go with Bailey. Let's see what happens here. Runner on first, one out. Oh, 3-0 to Bailey. And he walks on 4 pitches. We'll take a free base runner. Even though that opens up the double play to end the inning. Now Wicker is the batter. Lefty. He has a little tiny bit of pop. He does have 7 home runs this season. So 2 on, 1 out for Wicker. Full count. Grounds it to first. They get the runner out at second base. That's going to be a fielder's choice. So runners on at the extremities, 2 outs. Ty Klein is the batter. He has 3 RBIs in this game already. So obviously we're keeping him in the game. 1-1. Oh, he tried to bunt. Why? He tried to surprise the defense. There were 2 outs. Oh my god. Ugh. The guy with 3 RBIs tried to bunt. That makes me so sad. Okay. Bailey cannot play catcher. So I guess we're just gonna bring Brand. Alright. Don Shaw facing off against Santo. Full count. And that's a base hit to left. His shot completely gassed. Oh, he's getting there. Alright, Glenn Beckert, runner on first, nobody out. No count. That's a base hit to center. Oof. What to do, what to do. I think I'm gonna bring the fresh arm. I'm gonna do a double switch here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bring Megan. All right. All right, so 2 on, nobody out. Megan comes in a relief, facing off against Billy Williams, the ever dangerous. No count. Really could use a double play here. That's it to center. And Klein is there, catches it for out number 1. Alright, that works. The runners do not advance. Ernie Banks now. 1 and 1. Grounds it to third. 2 second for 1. There you go. Alright, nice double play initiated by the guy we just brought in defense, Jose Herrera. Bottom of the 8, Herrera leads off. I did a double switch because the pitcher spot was next to bat. 1 and 2 to Herrera. And he struck out. Still facing off against Tyfnauer. I'm sure that's how you say that. I have no idea how you say that. Full count to Wills. And he walks. Alright, alright. Don't get out stupidly here. I need the base runners. Manny Mota, runner on first, 1 out. 3 and 1 to count. And that's it to left for a base hit. Oh yeah, all the way to the fence. Spangler dove and he missed it. Alright, so we have 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out. And we have the guy that we want at bat for this occasion. We have Rusty Stubb. 2 and 1. That's it to center. Oh, that's going to be cut there by Phillips. That should be enough to score the run. It's 8-7. Alright, so sac fly for Rusty Stubb. We'll take the run. I mean, it's beggars can be choosers. So it's 8-7. 2 outs. Runner in scoring position for Mac Jones. Now they're bringing in Phil Reagan again. 1 and 0. That's it to center, and Phillips should be there, and he catches it for out number 3. Man, whew, we're making the game interesting. At least it's 8-7, top of the 9th incoming. Phillips facing off against McGinn, 0-2. Struck out swinging. All right. Randy Hundley now, 1-0. Grounds it to short. And he's throwing it out for out number 2. Al Spangler now with 2 outs, 2 and 2. He grounds it to short. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Alright, bottom of the 9th incoming. Do we have a comeback in us? Alright, Jim Ferry leading off against Phil Reagan. He has 2 hits on the game. We're going to keep him in there. 1 and 2. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Ron Brand is next. We're gonna have to keep him in the game because he's playing catcher now. 1 and 1. That's a base hit to right in the corner. That's gonna be extra bases. Whoa, ho, ho. So who do I bring as a pinch hitter for the pitcher? I don't have a lot of choices. I think it's gonna be Gary Sutherland. Freshly recalled Gary Sutherland comes in as a pinch hitter. That's how heroes are made. Alright, so runner in scoring position, 1 out. Gary Sutherland comes in as a pinch hitter. 1 and 1 to count. Grounds it to short. That's the second out of the inning. The runner does not advance. Alright, so Ty Klein. Don't try to bunt this time. 1 and 0. And that's a base hit to center. That should score the run. And it does. We have a tie game. It's 8-8. I have no idea who I'm going to send to pitch in extra innings. Alright, Jose Herrera now. Runner on first and 2 outs. No count. That's fly to right, and that's going to be out number 3. Alright, the Expos tie the game, and we're going into extra innings. Alright, so it's going to be Roy Face or Howie Reed. Let's go with Roy Face. We're going to try to see if we can spare Howie Reed, because everybody's going to be tired. Most of my pitchers are going to be tired for the following games, so we might need for him to pitch several innings. All right, Charlie Smith now is going to be the batter. Roy Face going after him. Top of the 10th, no count. And that's it to left, and that's cut for out number 1. Right, my dog is going berserk. Let me go ahead and check that real quick. Alright, sorry about that. Looks like we're good. Alright, Jim Hickman comes in as a pinch hitter with 1 out here in the top of the 10th, 1 and 2. Struck out swinging. Oh, the ball eludes Brand, but we get him easily for out number 2. Ron Santo now, 2 and 2. And that's line and cut by Ferry for out number 3. Bottom of the 10th and coming. Do we have a run in us? Maury Wills leading off. They're bringing in Ted Abernathy in relief. 0-1. Grounds it to third. And that's going to be out number 1. Manny Mota is next. No count. That's it to center for a base hit. All right. So we have a base runner at least. Maybe we can do something with it. Rusty Stubb is the next batter. 2 and 2. Oh, he pops it foul. And that's cut by the catcher. Underlay for out number 2. All right, Mac Jones now with 2 outs. Full count, and he struck out looking. Top of the 11th, Glenn Beckert, 1-0. Grounds it to short, and he's thrown out at first for out number 1. B.D. Williams, 1 and 2. That's popped. Mota is there. That's going to be out number 2. Ernie Banks now. No count. And he grounds it to short for out number 3. All right. It's still 8-8. Bottom of the 11th, Jim Ferry leading off. 0-2. And And he pops it. Foul. And that's got by Santo for out number 1. Ron Brand now. 1-1. That's it to center. Phillips is there. That's going to be out number 2. Alright. We're running out of bats here. Bobby Wine coming in as a pinch hitter. That's how dire the situation is. 1-1. And he grounds it to short. And that's going to be a base hit. Oh boy. Okay. Hey, I'll take it. Ty Klein now. Run on first, 2 outs. 1-1. And he pops it. And that's got for out number 3. So I guess how we read is pitching in this game after all. Top of the 12th incoming. Alright, Adolfo Phillips, first one to face him, 0-2. Grounds it to first, and he's taken care of for out number 1. Manny Jimenez comes in as a pinch hitter, 1-0. And that's line to third, cut by Herrera for out number 2. Al Spangler now, full count. That's it to right for a base hit, all the way to the fence. And that's going to be a double. Alright, so double for Spangler after 2 outs. Runner in scoring position, obviously, for Charlie Smith. No count. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out for out number 3. Alright, bottom of the 12th, Jose Herrera coming in to bat against Abernathy. No count. That's it. Oh, that's an error by Smith. Alright, so we have a free base runner here. Herrera at first, nobody out. Maury Wills the batter. 0-1. Grounds it to third. Oh, they only get Wheels out at first. Herrera's in scoring position, so a base hit by Manny Mota might win us the game. 3-0 to count, and he walks on 4 pitches, and that brings up Rusty Stubb with 2 runners on and 1 out. Come on, Le Grand Orange. No count to Stubb. Grounds it to short. And they get the runner out at second base. So runner on first and third and 2 outs now for Mac Jones. We need a base hit. 1-2. And we get a strikeout. Top of the 13th incoming. Oscar Gamble comes in as a pinch hitter. 1-0. That's it to right for a base hit. Yeah, Mac is kidding me. He's kidding us a lot, isn't he? Ron Santo, runner on first, nobody out. No count. How the runner goes, and he's going to be safe. That's a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Alright. Full count. And he walks. Not looking good. I actually might need to have Bocabella pitch again. Glenn Becker now, 2 on, nobody out, 1-0. Oh, that's a bunt, and that's not a good one. That's a wasted out. But the next batter is Billy Williams. 1-0, 1 out, 2 on, and that's it to right, and that's going to be a base hit. Yep, all the way to the fence. That should score a run. Man, oh man. Yeah, 1 run scores. It is 9-8 for the Cubs. Now there's 2 runners in scoring position for Ernie Banks and 1 out, 2-2. Not sure what that was. I think that was an error. No, that's an infield single. 10-8 the score now. Runners on first and third, 1 out for Phillips. Full count. And he walks. How we read is completely gassed. Why not? That's where we're at. Boccabella comes in as the next pitcher. He already has a save on the season. John Felsky comes in to bat. The bases are loaded with 1 out, 1-0 to count. Grounds it to second. We get the out at home. And he's safe at first. No double play. It's very rare that I see that play be a double play. Al Spangler now. 2-2. And that's it to center for a base hit. Like, I didn't have a choice. Like, I didn't do that to be funny or anything. Like, I'm out of arms. It's 12-8. Charlie Smith now. 1-2. Grounds it to first. There you go. Inning is over, but the Cubs score 4 times. It's 12-8. We're going to need 1 heck of an inning. I have no more bats, no more pitchers. We are going with what we have. All right, Jim Ferry facing off against Anka Gear. 1-2. And he grounds it to first, and he's thrown out for out number 1. Ron Brand is next, 3-0 to count. And he walks on 4 pitches. All right. John Boccabella is next. Full count. And he hits it to right. Oh, that's cut there. It was hit pretty solidly, but it was cut for out number 2. Alright, Ty Klein with 2 outs. Round first, 1-2. And he struck out. Oh boy. Well, we got after sweeping the Phillies, we got swept by the Cubs. Oh, I tried everything. I tried everything here. John Glass. Whew. Look at that record for that pitcher. 13-1 for John Glass. There might be help coming from the minors, just not this year because we don't recall nobody unless there's an injury. Now we're going to go ahead and advance to tomorrow. Alright, so 4-game series coming against the Phillies. That's going to be for next time, of course. Alright, we're going to go ahead and save the game, and we're going to go ahead and call this a night. So as usual, I do want to thank you for tuning in. Sorry that it was 4 losses. It happens, it's baseball. So it is ARG out. Until next time, peace out, folks.